Hey everybody, it's Jamie Casarda here, your holistic pet mentor. And I'd asked the question a few days ago about those of you who have picky pets. When you try to add a supplement into your pet's food, they decide it smells different or it tastes different, and so they decide they're not going to eat it. But yet they really could benefit from that supplement, right? So I have found that the way we introduce the supplement can make all the difference. Some pets will dive into it and not even notice there's a supplement added, and other pets, as soon as they taste something different, got a little pause there, as soon as they taste something different about their food, they back away. They're like, this isn't what I normally eat. So if you have a pet like that, I want to share a tip on how I add supplements to pets' foods, and it seems to have worked out pretty well. Lots of experience in doing this as a vet tech, and also working for the animal shelter many years and having to make sure animals got their medicine in a timely manner because that's not fun when they won't take it. So now that I'm done with pharmaceuticals, right? I use all natural products, and I use food as medicine for pets. So I want to show you guys how I do that with supplements. So I have out here Reese's dinner display. So I'm going to put the camera down here and just kind of show you some things that I do and a little tip on how you can get them to take their supplements. So first of all, Reese has quite the array of supplements. I use and love 4-leaf Rover products. I actually sell these retail from my home, and all of my customers get 10% off. So if you're interested in trying any of these supplements, you're welcome to send me a message and I can hook you up with whatever you want to try. Also, if you do a homemade diet, you can help balance your dog's diet with certain supplements, and these are high quality, whole food. They're organic, they're incredible. So I do use and love these, and I also offer these at retail from my home. Okay, so I don't do a homemade diet with Reese. I just can barely keep up with life as it is. But what I do instead is I mix raw food. I've been using small batch and Stella and Chewy lamb, and I mix it with canned Nature's Logic. I did this type of routine with Buddha as well, my cat who lived to be 21, and it worked out well because if I had to have somebody pet sit and I didn't have food thawed in time, then I would just go straight to the can, and their digestive tract was already adapted to that, and it was no problem transitioning back and forth. So that's personally what I like to do. When people ask me recommendations, I recommend this only because I know it helps reduce your cost in feeding a homemade diet, especially if you're buying commercial raw food. Now, if you're making it from scratch, you can actually make it from scratch a lot less expensive. It costs way less to make it yourself, but the key is making it balanced. Okay, so that's the challenge when you're doing a homemade diet. So I had started adding some diatomaceous earth to Reese's regimen this week because he had some loose stool after we walked him at the park, and I was concerned that maybe he got into some maybe he picked up a parasite that was agitating his belly, or he ate something that was bothering him. But whatever the case, anytime he has loose stool or throws up, I will start adding diatomaceous earth in his diet, and he seems to feel better usually after one ingestion or twice. So it seems to help him. And so I stick with that. It helps clear things up. If you have a dog that's kind of chronic with bowel issues, you definitely want to set up a pet consult, because it's not a one size fits all. Just like these diet things, this is just what I do. You may need to do something totally different, so I do offer pet nutrition consultations to customize it based on your dog's need. Maybe they have kidney disease, maybe they get chronic bladder infections, maybe they have allergies, right? So their diet's gonna look different than what I give Reese. All right, so now here's the raw goat's milk. I do recommend this a lot for a lot of animals, even dogs with allergies. It's excellent for them. I use Answer's Pet, love this stuff. And I just put a little bit, and I offer it to him twice a day. He loves raw goat's milk. He's only 9 pounds, and you don't have to be perfect when you're dosing diatomaceous earth. I use a baby teaspoon, and I use a half of a baby teaspoon, and I just mix that in. So that's going to be how I make sure he gets his diatomaceous earth. I want to make it mixed into either soft food or raw goat's milk. Diatomaceous earth is really easy to give to your pet because it doesn't have a taste. There's no smell, there's no taste difference, so most dogs and cats will take it without any issue, and you don't have to fight them on that one. So that's the good thing about diatomaceous earth, right? All right, the other thing that I do is when I start a new supplement, for instance, when I started on Digest, this is a digestive enzyme for dogs, I started with just a little bit mixed in his food, almost not even enough that he could actually taste any of this. So green eggs is another one I give him. It has curcumin and green lip mussels in here, so it's great for his little joints. His knee used to pop out a lot. It doesn't do that anymore, and I credit this awesome green eggs joint supplement. And I also, on occasion, will give him the fruit. It's called Red Rover, and it's high in polyphenols and antioxidants. And so I think senior dogs need a little more antioxidants in their diet, so I like to give him some of that. And he also gets Immunity, which is a mushroom blend. It has chaga, reishi, maitake, turkey tail mushroom, cordyceps, and shiitake. Okay, it has all these good medicinal mushrooms, great for their immune system. It's high in beta glucans, so this helps keep them healthy, and it also helps dogs with allergies. If their immune system's like out of whack, this can just help support proper immune function. So I really love the Immunity mix. I also have it just in turkey tail, so if you want to give mushrooms to your cat, I recommend just giving them straight turkey tail mushroom. That's the safest one for cats, and I do have a supplement that's just straight turkey tail. All right, so his diatomaceous earth is ready to go. I know that's not going to be a problem for him. He absolutely loves it. My raw food, I ran out of it. It's not thawed yet. It's in a pile here. So I am going to mix that in later, or just give him that as a treat later tonight. And what I'll do is give him some canned food. And if you want to make sure your pet is getting the supplement, you can start with just a really small amount of canned food and just adding that small dose into their canned food. So I already know Reese is going to take this. He really loves the taste of this supplement. He's very interested in it. And one way you can tell, especially if it's a smelly one, this does smell like fish. It's green lip mussels, so it has that ocean mussel aroma mixed with curcumin. It's orange. You could just put a little bit on your finger and offer it to your dog to see if they're gonna like that supplement, okay? And then that would be one way to know whether you can go ahead and give them the full dose or whether you should cut back and just put a little sprinkle in there. Now, it goes by weight. Reese is 9 pounds, so he gets half of a teaspoon, and I actually give him a little bit less because that goes up to 25 pounds, so I give him about half of a baby teaspoon, and I mix that in. And the same with the Digest. It's such a small amount for small dogs. It's 1/4 of a teaspoon, so I literally give him this much. With these supplements, they're so potent, you don't have to give a lot of it. So these supplements last a really long time, okay? So like I said, you can use it to balance your pet's diet. If you need bones, for the calcium and the phosphorus and the magnesium, I have a bone supplement for that. If you want greens, I have fermented greens in a powder, so it makes it so much easier. Instead of having to buy a bunch of organic produce, you can actually just supplement the greens, and it's really, really good stuff. I also have the Red Rover. That's your fruit and berry supplement, so this is really great. Even if you're just adding it to a canned diet, or even if you're still feeding a dry kibble, you can actually enhance their dry kibble and help their digestive tract handle that kibble by adding enzymes and probiotics and supplementing with these berries and greens, or even adding in some mushrooms to help support their immune system. So those are ways that we can kind of beef up and enhance the current regimen that you're already doing. I also have a product called Safe C, and it's a type of omega fatty acid that does not use fish. It uses green lip mussels, and it uses astaxanthin, which comes from the seaweed that fish eat. It's what gives fish their fish oil. So it's just a cleaner source of the omega fatty acids that we need. Our pets really thrive with them. So it's good for their coat. It's good for all the systems in their body. So if that's something your pet needs, just let me know. All right. So I'm just adding 2 supplements today. And what I do is I don't put all the supplements in all the time. The ones that I use all the time is Digest and green eggs, okay? But I occasionally add in Red Rover, and I occasionally add in Immunity. So that's how I do it, and have found that it doesn't overwhelm him with too many different tastes. He loves the Red Rover now. I could probably just put some Red Rover on the side and he would lick it up. He really likes that. I also give him fermented greens, but I think I forgot my fermented green powder in Florida or Georgia. I can't find it. I don't know what happened to it, so I just ordered a bunch more. Just ordered a bunch of fermented greens, and they are incredible. They're good for detoxifying the liver. So for those of you who have dogs with liver issues, definitely consider adding in the fermented greens. It's in a little bottle like this, and it's a green label. And like I said, I give you 10% off all of your purchases, and I can get them sent out to you right away. Just let me know if you're interested, and I can get you the prices. All right, so Reese's dinner's ready to go. I put it on a pet platter. This is called a pet platter. So you could try it in different ways. What some people do is they offer different types of foods in different places. You can smush some coconut oil into the grooves. You could put some of the raw goat's milk around the edge so that it makes their feeding time more interesting. It's more fun, right? And it gets them excited about eating, especially for the dogs that eat really fast. This is a more natural way for pets to eat, especially our dogs. And I used to feed Buddha on a flat plate too, because he was not eating well with a bowl. And when I switched it to a plate, he decided he liked eating again, and it may have been something with his vision. Some pets don't like having the sides come up around their face when they're eating, but there's actually a whole philosophy to having your pets eat on a flat surface. So Bella wants to say hi. We are pet sitting our friend's dog. Her name is Bella, and she is 12. She's a senior girl, and she's just as sweet as can be. We love her to pieces. It's been really fun. Here's my son. Here's my son. All right, so I hope that helps you guys. Just start with a little bit at a time when you're adding in a new supplement, and increase it gradually. They'll start to get used to that taste in their food, so just a little bit at a time until you can give them the full dose. Or you may have to change it up and hide it in something really high value, something super yummy, right? Hi, Andrea, I see you there. And Andrea could give us all a good tip. She told me that with her dog, she learned that she could give supplements by offering a blueberry first, and then offering the supplement, and then following it up with another blueberry. And her dog Molly didn't know the difference. she would just take her supplement and swallow it whole. But if you tried to offer the supplement first, she knew. But if you gave her a blueberry and then hurry up and gave her she had an Exio Mega fish oil supplement, which was an awesome source of fish oils as well. And she would just take it down, no problem. It was so cool. It was easy. So you find out what works best for your dog, and I'm here to help give you those tips and tricks to help guide you in that journey. Also, if you're interested in learning more about essential oils and how awesome they are for pets, I'm here for you. I can tell you exactly how to dose them. I love doing that. It's amazing to see how essential oils can help pets. If you look back on my previous post, Reese wasn't feeling that great. I had said about his belly, the throwing up. I started him on the diatomaceous earth, but when he threw up in the middle of the night, he must have aspirated some of it because he was very congested. He was like kind of wheezing. So what I did is I put cardamom and copaiba essential oil in the diffuser and diffused this next to him for 4 hours. He literally just laid by this diffuser on the floor and slept. And when he got up, the congestion was clear. He was breathing clear, and he's been great ever since. His bowel movements are back to normal, no more vomiting. It was so easy, and I felt so empowered, and that's the feeling that I want all of you to have. I want you to be empowered in your pet care. And I've been getting a lot of calls from people saying that they've tried to get into their vet office and their vets are turning them away. They claim they're too busy, or they're only taking certain people, or they don't have any room for new clients. And this is very concerning. It shouldn't be this way. We should have access to good care, right? However, I want you guys to know that there's so much that you can do from home. You are more empowered when you know what to do from home. And your pets don't have to always go into the vet, right? There's so many things that we are capable of doing to try to mitigate these smaller issues that we're seeing. Now, of course, if Reese was vomiting over and over and I suspected that, hi Andrea, if I suspected that he ingested something poisonous or maybe ate a Lego or something like that, absolutely, emergency care, that's important, right? We need to have that seen. But if I know that he didn't eat anything unusual, that, parks could be an issue for us because we know lots of dogs walk there, then I can kind of break down and use some critical thinking and say, what kind of things can I do that are safe, that are natural, that I have right here at home to help support his respiratory system, to help support his digestive tract. And I'm going to try that first because it's not an emergency yet, right? So I try those things first, and I would say, well, it's been 100% of the time. It has worked for us, but you never know. There could be a time where I need to do more, right? Or I need help, or I need x-rays or blood work. And so I help people figure that out as well. They'll explain to me what happened, and then I'll say, yeah, I think this is definitely, you need to find a vet who will take him. Make sure you communicate X, Y, and Z, and that will help you get in. Or I can say, you know what, there are some things that we can try first. This does not sound like an emergency, but this is up to you. If you'd like to try these things first, we'll do that. If you're not getting results within a certain amount of time, depending on the issue, then you definitely want to tell your vet and call them and let them know this happened and this is what you have done to try to remedy the situation. It's still, still happening. So that's what I can help guide people with: the nutrition, the essential oils, the supplements, when to go in, when is it an emergency, and how to deal with a lot of things that come up as being a pet parent, right? So love you all. I really appreciate you. If this is something that you would love to do, do you love helping other people with their pets? Are you the person that people go to? Do they call you all the time when something goes wrong with their pet? Are you that person? I am always looking for people to join me in this. I get the privilege of working from home when the shutdowns were happening, when they make restrictions on businesses or create mandates. I don't have that. I don't have to worry about that. So it creates a real true freedom to be able to do business on your own terms and to be able to be home for your family and still be able to provide a service that is valuable and that helps a lot of people and helps a lot of pets. So if you love helping pets, let me know if this is something that you're interested in, and I'd love to have some partners join me in this journey. So, all right, I appreciate all of you. Take care, and I will be back on for another topic within the week. Just let me know what kind of challenges you guys are having, what you want to learn more about. I also want to put up some more YouTube videos. They may not be as curated, but we're going to get some more up so we can keep sharing these tips and keep empowering you guys, because it breaks my heart to hear that so many people are having a hard time getting their pets examined, getting their pets seen. There's so many little issues though that we can completely avoid that problem, right? Because sometimes it's as something as my dog is panting a lot, and then I'm like, well, we just had that thunderstorm. Is that normal? And let's see what we can do to calm down their adrenal glands, and boom, dog's all better. So lots of things that we can help other people with. All right, everybody, have a great day. Thanks for watching.